Alright, welcome to episode 11 of History Rewritten. Last time we saw the Terracotta Nation's control over Scotland completely fall apart. So now Scotland has 6 new independent nations, the discovery of Ireland, and also, just a bit of stuff in Asia. So, that's going to be pretty influential on what happens today. And today we'll be starting in Britain. As few people have got into a bit of an argument. So this grey nation up here, and this green one over here, a disagreement. It's not been that long, it's been like a year probably. The green nation's been in existence. However, they've already got an argument. Probably like 3 years. And that leads the grey nation to lead an invasion into this country, and it's full annexation. They take all the islands, and pretty quickly, the grey nation is slightly bigger. So there's one theocracy of the world, and we just lost another country. Yeah, it might end up going... stupid island. Britain might end up going very similar to this throughout, as Britain is going to deteriorate a lot in times to come. Including Ireland as well, as Ireland itself gets into a war. This war is started by the Orange team, and they're declaring it on the Green team, just going over some of these southern regions. And the Green team's stuff, although they have a major city down here, the Orange team has the capital down here, and the other Irish team were not expecting this, so the invasion is going to go relatively well. Just grab up some of this land. And yeah, end the war pretty quickly. But the people down here in the south are very angry. They're like fighting people. It's basically the same as all the fighting that's going on here, but now it's down in Southern Ireland. So, yeah, it's sad for the Dublin dudes. Yeah, the main thing that happened last time, or the biggest thing, Green team. And unfortunately today, that will be collapsing. Sorry if anyone really liked that. I need to find some good colours for this. I don't know what colour to make it all. But I'm going to find something. So yeah, the green team is going to have that huge semi-Mongol Empire thing collapse. Just completely fall apart. As they try to grab up some more land down here, just to make it look better. But that leads to the country fracturing, as there's not enough support and funds for this part of the empire, and it just collapses. They do get to keep this bit of territory they've just annexed. However, like, all of their country just falls apart now. But they're not gone, but they have just started the Silk Road. That's a pretty cool thing in Green Team history. Anyway, we need to divide this up now. Let's start in Korea. We have this bit over here. Got its own nation. Oh god. We're gonna need to find some good colours. No. I'm sorry if this takes a while. I need to find colours for all these different nations. I don't know what colour to make them all. It's gonna take forever. Lake Baikal nation. I'm wondering how many this is going to be. Feels like it's going to be a lot. Oh no. Could be this green. I'm not sure. We'll just make this. Pretty big. Gonna need something. Yeah, you might just want to skip ahead. That's probably a good idea, because it's going to be relatively boring. And I'll just try and find some colours for these nations. And there's going to be a lot. So I'm probably more interested in what the map will look like afterwards. So yeah, just go ahead and skip. Because this is going to be boring as hell. So, yeah. Let's make here. This major city gets one. These nations are already pretty big, it's just that the land here is rubbish. It's really atrocious, so at least we know they're having a great time living here. Oh, that's painful to look at. That just looks terrible. I suppose this would look terrible. Got a whole load of tiny administrative, well, not tiny, large administrative divisions making up this one country. Let's just do that. The return of the mustard nation. No, we're not returning the mustard nation. Ever. And that is in fact the same colour. Oh. Let's just sprinkle in this. And for this final bit, we're going to use D5. There you go. Alright, North Central Asia looks very different now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 new nations. Already, we lost one nation. That's a profit of 7 already today. Crikey. And it's not where it's gonna end either. So you do these capital cities, but yeah, this has really pushed the green team down the rankings, as the investment they made in, this huge amount of territory has just come crumbling into pieces. Although these countries are all extremely poor, and all these people are the same religion as the green team, which, like, if you look at religions again, you got and then kind of this one. This is all the places under the influence of green team religion, and technically that one, but they're more pagan. At least they spread their religion around. I mean, that's quite cool. It's a huge load of stuff. So, well done to the green team. But also, people just keep leaving your country. So, can't be doing that well at it, can you? As for like red team religion, we've got this one. I'm not sure this far west it's entirely the same. So although they did spread their religion a bit, it's not gone too far. As in Europe they've got paganism mostly, and along North Africa different strains of the red team religion are appearing. So it's not all the same, unfortunately. However, it is also in India a bit. And these ones like this Ceylonese, Sri Lankan one. Actually, yeah, I mean, you've got these guys. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I might change the colour of Korea. I don't know if I want this to be the colour for them. But we'll see. These guys are pretty far away. However, there was a lot of stuff that ended up going here because they had to map out where the end of the country ended, where the end of the country appeared. Good at this talking stuff, aren't we? So they ended up sending quite a lot of stuff over here. So the Koreans are going to explore around to the Sea of Japan, this one, and also down here along the rest of the Korean peninsula. So they've nearly made it to South Korea now. I think they're smaller than all of the other nations. However, they do have a smaller population, and there's kind of just a larger one. none of these countries have a huge population. They've all got bad population. So there's the capital. Like, there's no one living here at all. Although there's no one living in the green team anymore, as I sent like 50–60% of their population out here. And then they're all scattered between 8 different nations, and a load of them died. So, yeah. Green team population is very dispersed or dead. It's fun. That's 6. You can have your capital there, because I just remembered to do this. Your capital can be here. Green team is there. And this dark green thing don't have a capital. Let's put those right there, because trade route. This will become your capital. And Baikal can have theirs there. Grey team. Right there, so you can see, if you look across all the capitals and major cities in the green team, it's kind of like a trade route that goes something like this, all the way to Korea. So the green team set that up, and that is our Silk Road, really. Yeah, the Silk Road exists now, probably not called the same thing, also because their language is entirely different to ours. Do we know that? Do we know that if we started humanity over, the language would sound different? I mean, it probably would. But would there be some things that sounded the same? Like, are there noises that all apes make? I don't know. Get some scientists in to figure that out. So yeah, I'm going to see more expansion into these areas as people are going to leave some of these countries. Seeing as most of them are dictatorships, absolute monarchies, like the Green Team. Well, I don't think the Green Team has succession. It's more like, oh, I have loads of money and loads of power, and I'll kill you if you don't take me into government. Lots of it is succession, though, because there's loads of powerful dynasties that command who gets into power. And then if your father was just in power, then it's likely that you'll go into power, because you already started off with a load of power. So yeah, it's not really fun living in any of these places, as it's filled with people who think they're really important and really powerful. So, yeah, it's just not great. We see some people leaving Korea to go around to China. So they make a landing around here. Some people leave Korea and head up north and congregate around this area in Vladivostok. So like that. And some Korean people are just going to explore further south into the rest of the peninsula. And add that to their country. They're not going to leave the country. So, there you go. And now we need to find colours for those new nations that we just made. 15. There you go. That's a very dark green, but oh well. And I don't know what colour to make this. Sorry. Chinese one, I don't know what colour you should be. This lavender. Sure. I'll make another one, just for good measure, down to the south of this one. Around about here. So you can be this colour. So all these new nations need their capital. Kyoto. I'm going to expand this guy just a tiny bit more. Oh look, now they have that cool river place. Bay. To put their capital in. That's crazy. So yeah, nations in China, and as you can see, a whole lot of East Asia is getting discovered now. And yeah, people don't have good maps, but they are making proper maps with all these different places in the world on. Because previously it was more like, wow, it's a map of the Mediterranean, and you've got like the Middle East, some in Northern Europe, stuff like that. And yeah, we're going to be going over to Northern Europe now, just once we let East Asia settle. As the Terracotta Nation's empire and colonies around the world, it's kind of just falling apart. Yeah, I'm sorry. So It started off here in Britain, as territories in this area start to break away. So we see one around here, East Midlands, East Anglia, Kent, which takes London, this southern one, Kent, like one like this, a southern one down here in Hampshire, got Cornish taking some stuff, one appears over here. I don't know what to do with the rest of this, so we make this one and that one over there. Oh no. Anyway, Wales also suffers a bit, as some regions in northern Wales break away to join the northern country over here, which kind of got Liverpool, but slightly more northern. Blackpool. Yeah, Wales is fine, right? You're fine, don't worry. The Cornish profited off of this. And they're looking pretty good at the moment. I can't remember which colour I said Cornwall was. I knew. That looks about right. Is that right? No, it's not, but it's near enough. Is that right? No, it's not. I really want to get it right. Yeah, that's about right. No, that's near enough for me. It's not right, really, I don't think. Actually, maybe. Who knows? Who cares? It's Cornwall. It's going to fall apart sometime soon, probably. The Pride country down here. Got Kent. I need to find lots of colours for these countries. This one. This one. This one. This one. This yellowy thing. And around here we can have... Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. This colour. Anyway, this isn't the end for Wales. As further Welsh collapse occurs in the south, and Wales becomes a mainly coastal nation now. So they weren't expecting that. And as you can see, Britain looks awfully different. Oh my god. Yeah. The Terrible Nation, it was like, oh, there's a rebellion occurring. Like, alright, just leave the country. We have enough of the Scottish. They destroy a load of stuff. Just leave. And them leaving and not properly dealing with all the consequences has caused this to all fall apart. So, yeah. Even the new lands in Cornwall that they just annexed like a few months ago break away from Cornwall because there's berserkers here. There's berserkers just running around. I mean, the population of berserkers is falling rapidly because they're going everywhere and killing people. You know, going everywhere and killing people is a great way to get yourself killed. So, yeah, we need to add some capital cities now. Got this one for the red team. Kent is going to put theirs in London. The Welsh country have to move their capital. Yours there. East Midlands, Yorkshire thing is have those there. This random blue one, which looks kind of stupid, you can have those there. Pengu shaped nation. These guys are going to put theirs out here, just above London. And East Anglia will put theirs, I want to say Norfolk, but I think Norfolk's Royal Mount. More! More around there. I'm really butchering up talking today. I think I might just subtitles this. Yeah, for Britain, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 new nations in Britain, and that's not even talking about Scandinavia. Denmark stays loyal because Denmark was one of the first areas ever annexed into this country. We see 2 huge nations appear from this area. The reason why these nations are so huge is because if they weren't, they would fall apart and die. because it's really cold and horrible up there. Sorry. Yeah, being really cold and unhappy is a great motivation to stay together. Is that? Yeah, I like that. And for these guys... yeah, that's good enough. Sweden and Norway are now independent states. Sweden also takes Bornholm, which is... I think Denmark actually owns this island, so that's cool. Although it wants independence, so yeah. Well, supposedly everyone wants independence these days. But I think we should maybe just give a load of places independence. We just gave every single province in the world independence. Like all 3,000 Americans, counties independence. Just imagine. It would look so terrible, but it'd be funny. I'm gonna put the Norwegian capital over there, Swedish capital down here in Scania, and yeah, 2 more nations now. The world does look pretty different this episode, and Britain looks like a fucking rainbow. Yeah. Back to East Asia. As you might have guessed, Vladivostok isn't having a great time. I haven't even given them a capital city yet, which is intended. They are, however, going to expand up the coast towards Sakhalin. So they make their way up here. They don't really know Sakhalin's over there. But they're going to expand up the coast because it's nicer there. And not south because they're scared of the Koreans. These guys, they're not on the best of terms. They don't hate each other. But it was mostly Koreans who went to Vladivostok. Yep, the nation is a lot bigger. It's also very sparsely populated. So it's really only the coast that has any population. So yeah, I hate how this Korean nation looks. Like, strangely enough, the Grey Nation gets into a skirmish with the Korean nation. Annexes in territory. That's mad. Catching the Koreans completely by surprise, as they're all down in the south in their capital. And then the border ends up looking still horrific. So I'm going to forget all the colours I gave these Silk Road countries. Oh well. Got all these extra palette of colours, but they just keep disappearing. Maybe you don't need to hear that rant about colours. So yeah, Korea will finally expand into the remainder of the Korean peninsula, and I'm going to expand them outwards just to make this horrible square thing at the top disappear. So a few people in Korea are now really wanting to go and explore across the sea because they've seen islands over here. There's a load of islands down there, obviously. Like, dude, there may be more stuff, and that would be cool. So Korea's gonna go over here. However, you know, they're pretty scared of getting into another war with the Grey Team, because the Grey Team could just demolish them again and take their capital. Although it did cost both sides rather a lot of population to fight in that war, so, you know, it's not going to be that profitable to go for another one, seeing as economic areas within these countries number at about 1. So, yeah. Chinese nation is going to expand into this peninsula the Germans liked. I don't know what that peninsula is called, but it's important, probably. And the other Chinese nation will expand further into the interior of China, although the lands here are pretty good. There's 3 major rivers in China. There's the Yangtze, the Yellow, and the Pearl River. And they provide like huge economic stuff for modern day China and all the different types of China that have existed in the past. Because as you should know, China has got scheduled a collapse every 30 years across history. So yeah, now East Asia looks better-ish. The Indians are more Well, they're intrigued. Oh no. They're intrigued by what's been going on in East Asia, and they're going to expand further towards this. One of the Iranian nation should try and get in on this a bit more by connecting itself up with India. Finally, it only took ages. So, yeah, they look like this now. They're doing slightly better. They've got 5, 6 major cities. So they're not exactly a weak nation, it's just trading partners aren't huge in the Indian Ocean. Other than, like, India. It's like it. The brown nation is becoming the only other main power in India. The lime team and the brown team. Then yellow one in Sri Lanka. And then the red one. So, yeah, the brown team, they're doing relatively well. It's just they don't have the same trading prowess as the lime team does. Or even like the yellow team. So, they might get beaten by that in the future. But we shall have to see as the lime team tries to border them off from expanding northwards, because they're just kind of spiteful like that. Which, you know, being spiteful isn't a nice thing to be. But the lime team are going to fulfill that role. So that's a bit rude. Back to the Terracotta Nation, who we haven't really covered. It's not fun anymore being a member of the Terracotta Nation. And even this other tan sort of nation, including Rad, are going to fall out of their sphere of influence. And they're kind of like, dude, you're rubbish. You're not even great. You're just rubbish, you know. Nobody likes you. So, the Terracotta Nation is seeing huge economic collapse. As things just fall apart for them. Their puppet, not really puppet, but like their main ally, the Tan Nation, is moving away from their sphere of influence and kind of going under a sort of like Sludge Nation thing. They're becoming more friendly with. Not these guys. These guys don't really have a sphere of influence at all. I mean, if you did the Terracotta Nation sphere of influence before, it was like this, I would say. Now the Terracotta Nation sphere of influence. I can't talk! I don't know why. I think I need help. I just keep lisping. It's amazing, isn't it? Sphere of influence. Great. Terracotta Nation sphere of influence looks more like this now. So it's not as cool anymore. It's really a lot less cool. Yeah, it's only really like there's lots of British countries now who are reliant on the Terracotta Nation for their trade, because otherwise they collapse. I mean, they've got tin, they've got sheep, they've got cows, but if a famine comes along, they're all going to die and immediately collapse. So it's not looking amazing. However, the Scandinavian nations are going to need some help. Also, I just thought of something else I could do to Scandinavia just to make it look a little bit more like a load of people just got in a huge quarrel. As number 2, let's throw this and this in there, just to make looking at Scandinavia even worse. We've got exclaves in Sweden. So the Norwegian team had a few provinces within the Swedish country. You're like, oh, let's join the Norwegian one. However, provinces around here, so like this one and this one, I'm making these up as I go along. All these ones like, nah, let's join the Swedish thing. You know, Sweden, they've got more of a Baltic thing. You know, it's going great. So it's ended up with these ones becoming exclaves within Sweden. I might just move this one though. You don't need that many exclaves in Norway. This could cause war in the future. The reason why this one was so important to the Norwegians, and they've not gone like, you know what, to stop war, I'm going to give it back is because major city. The Norwegians are going to expand further up the Norwegian coast. The Norwegians are going to expand further up the Florida coast. Yeah. I don't know which coast. I really needed to. I didn't need to mention which coast. I'm not sure what I need to say today. See, in a way, it's looking bigger. Is it looking stronger? No, not really. No, it's still just falling apart. The Swedish are going to mirror this by going up into the Gulf of Bothnia. Not that far though. So they go up the Swedish coast around here. And found yet another nation. Today is full of nations. As a few Swedish people and a few Estonian people end up crossing the Baltic Sea, make it to this island over here, and then they get by the coast of Finland. Like, oh, Finland. What the hell is this? And in the end, they make a settlement on the coast of Finland, and now it's a country. So, there you go. They follow Druidic sort of things here, as well as paganism, because paganism is the religion of the Swedish and Norwegian team, thanks to the fact that they were part of the Terracotta Nation. So, they're under the influence of both of those, which means they're very similar to the British countries. Well, Scottish ones, I suppose. But, there you go. Just because I don't think we had enough countries today. Anyway, there you go. Estonia will also be doing some more expansion when I remember what combination of numbers made the colour they were. Okay. Says white, green, right green colour on the wider selection grid. That's why I've got it detailed as. I think that's right though. So they expand more into these lakes. No, they don't. They expand on the Gulf of Finland towards the Finnish nation, where they connect and get really annoyed at Finland. Like, we do not like you. You take our population, and it shows that you're heretics, all of you, heretics for moving away from the Druidic thing. So they go on like a slight crusade thing over here, but most people just die in the Gulf of Finland, and nothing really comes of it. But yeah, you know, they get into a slight quarrel, and I think I'm going to end today's episode off with the major cities update and more unexpected expansion by Vladivostok and the Far Eastern Republic country. So they finally make their way around Sakhalin. It's completely unrealistic they would expand all the way to Sakhalin in this short amount of time just after being created, and probably like the 900s, 800s. It's just really unrealistic because it's freezing cold and they've got no funds, no food. It's not fun. But nonetheless, they managed to do it, and this is where they're going to put their capital, right across to Sakhalin. So that looks pretty cool. And we're also going to have them nabbing a slight bit of Sakhalin, just to add to this country of theirs. Anyway, Korea looks... it doesn't look great. It does not look great. I think I'm going to change the colour. Next time you see Korea, it will probably be a different colour. Because I just don't like the shade of blue. Gonna meddle with that after this. Also probably their borders. It was a storm. A cold storm meant a load of settlements in Korea got blown to pieces. Which meant their borders got changed. That's crazy. So, look out for that. They haven't discovered Taiwan yet. Probably will take a while before they do that. Let's go brown team, make a city by the coast. Their first actual coastal city. That's funny. Who else? The Moroccan nation is going to put a city over here. Blue Nation's got a city over there. Purple team still doing incredibly well at the moment. City over here, and right around there. Orange Irish country gonna have a city around here. Ulster country one over here. Norway's gonna put a major city over there, and Sweden gets one on Gotland. That looks like it's their capital city. Gotland. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, I've just got the island confused. And I just can't talk today. I'm really sorry if the audio and the talking on today's video is rubbish. Yeah, I'm sorry. This video might have been an absolute flop. Yeah. Green team, despite having collapsed today, managed to make another major city. And there's the same for this one over here. And also Lake Baikal gets one around here. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This was a very eventful video, I would say. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and even if you don't, have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time.